We're putting the Oppo Find X2 Pro, the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, and the Huawei P40 Pro in a head-to-head charging test. We're using the out-of-the-box chargers that come with each smartphone. That's the 65-watt charging brick on the Find X2 Pro, the 25-watt one on the S20 Ultra, and the 40-watt one on the P40 Pro, with each of the respective charging cables. With the phones connected to the same power source, we'll go ahead and start the test. There's also a timer there for your reference, and so let's skip to the 5-minute mark to see which phone has the head start. At this stage, the Find X2 Pro is already at 20%, while the S20 Ultra is at 8% and the P40 Pro is at 14%. Going further to the 10-minute mark, the gap from the Find X2 Pro is bigger, with it at 42%. The S20 Ultra is now at 18%, while the P40 Pro is at 31%. So it seems like the Find X2 Pro and the P40 Pro are sort of competing with each other, and the S20 Ultra is the last one so far. At the 15-minute mark, we continue to see this trend, with the Find X2 Pro now at 59%, the S20 Ultra at 27%, and the P40 Pro at 42%. And it looks like the Find X2 Pro is now developing quite a bit of ground over the P40 Pro as well. Over to 20 minutes now, the Find X2 Pro continues its remarkable run at 74%, which is double that of the S20 Ultra at 37%, while the P40 Pro hits 51% in 20 minutes, which is also quite commendable. But in this test, the winner looks to be quite clear. At 25 minutes, the Find X2 Pro is at 88%, the S20 Ultra is at 47%, while the P40 Pro is now at 61%. And I think these 5-minute intervals give you a good idea of the charging pace too. Checking in again at 30 minutes, where the Find X2 Pro is now at 96%, the S20 Ultra is sitting at 57%, while the P40 Pro is at 72%. Because the Find X2 Pro is so close to finishing, which is quite remarkable to say the least, we also checked in at 32.5 minutes, where it was at 98%, with the S20 Ultra and P40 Pro at 61% and 76% respectively. And 2.5 minutes later, at 35 minutes, the Find X2 Pro finishes charging at 100%, which is 3 minutes faster than what the company promises on paper, so incredibly impressive. The S20 Ultra at this stage sits at 66%, while the P40 Pro is at 79%. From now on, it's just between the S20 Ultra and the P40 Pro, so at the 40-minute mark, the S20 Ultra is at 74% and the P40 Pro sits at 86%. We'll skip 10 minutes to the 50-minute mark now, and you see that the S20 Ultra is slowly catching up at 88%, while the P40 Pro is now at 95%. Another 10 minutes later, at the 1-hour mark, the S20 Ultra sits at 96%, while the P40 Pro is now at 99%. We see that the P40 Pro completes the entire charging test in 63 minutes, where the S20 Ultra is at 97%, but the Ultra 2 finishes charging completely in 66 minutes. So the clear winner out of this when considering charging rates and battery capacities is the Oppo Find X2 Pro, with a rate of 112.1 mAh per minute. But in fact, given the size of the S20 Ultra's bigger battery, its charging rate is higher at 75.8 mAh per minute when compared to the P40 Pro's, which sits at 66.7 mAh per minute. That's all for this charging test. Let us know what else you'd like to see with these phones in the comments down below, and make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. This was Vapav, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.